Hello everyone. In the last class we have studied about normal subgroup and we have proved one theorem. So in this class also we shall prove two theorems on the normal subgroup only. So see here, theorem 1. A subgroup H of a group G is normal if and only if every right coset of H in G is a left coset of H in G. That means a subgroup is said to be normal only if and only if each right coset equals to the left coset. That is, for example, say AH is a left coset, so it must be equals to the right coset. Okay, so we have to prove this one. So first we have to assume, because this theorem contains if and only if statement, therefore we have to prove this theorem into two parts. First one, we have to assume H is a normal subgroup of G, and then we have to prove that HA equals to AH, and in the sufficient part we have to assume that AH equals to HA, that is right coset equals to left coset. Then we have to prove that H is a normal subgroup of G. Okay, so first suppose H is normal subgroup of G. So this symbol indicates that H is a normal subgroup of G. Then the theorem. So in the last class we have proved one theorem that suppose H is normal to G, then we have this condition G HG inverse is equals to H. Okay. So therefore by the theorem, that is for all G belongs to G, we have GHG inverse equals to H. Okay. Now GHG inverse equals to H. So here I will operate, that is post operating both side by G we get, or we can write post multiplying by G both side, then we get, so keep the G as it is, G inverse also as it is, so multiply with G. So this is our element, so we are multiplying with G, which equals to H into G, or it may be written as GH can be grouped one side, so G inverse G, so these grouped together equals to HG, or it may be written as GH as it is, G inverse into G is equals to, we get element E, because A inverse A or A into A inverse equals to, by using this rule we can write it as G inverse G equals to E equals to HG, or any element, if you operate with element E, that is identity element, you will get the same element only, that is GH. Okay, so GH into E equals to, we get GH only equals to HG. So that means GH means it is a left coset. You may denote it by AH, GH, XA, XH. Okay. So because I have taken G belongs to G, therefore we are representing this left coset by GH, and this is a right coset. So this implies that left coset equals to right coset. Okay. So what we have assumed? We have assumed that H is a normal subgroup of G. Then we have proved that left coset equals to right coset. Okay. This is the first part. So next case, in the next part, we shall assume right coset equals to left coset. Then we have to prove H is normal subgroup of G. Now conversely, suppose left coset or right coset equals to left coset, then that is GH equals to HG. Okay. Now here I will operate both side by G inverse, that is again we post multiply both side by G inverse, GHG as it is. So here are multiplying with G inverse equals to HG. So again G inverse, or you can put a bracket here. So that means multiplying both side by G inverse. Okay, or you can write it as post multiplying. This implies that GH as it is, okay, into G inverse. By using association we can write it as GH G inverse, or H we can write G G inverse together, or it may be written as H G into G inverse, again A into A inverse equals to E, therefore we can write it as E, or H into E equals to, again we get H only. Okay. Therefore GH G inverse equals to H. This implies that by the theorem, if GH G inverse equals to H, then we can say that H is normal to or normal subgroup of G. Therefore, so see here we have assumed that GH equals to HG, that is right coset of H. Right coset of H is equals to left coset. So we have proved H is a normal subgroup of G, hence the theorem. Next, second theorem. H is normal subgroup of G if and only if the product of two right coset of H in G is again a right coset of H in G. So that means if we multiply two right cosets, or this theorem applies for left coset also. So if we multiply two right cosets or two left cosets, so if we are multiplying two right cosets, again we get the right cosets only. That means product of the two right cosets is again a right coset. Or if you are considering left coset, means the product of two left cosets is again a left coset. So generally here we are represented it by HA and HB equals to HAB, or you may represent it by any other element. So by the previous theorems we know that G is normal. So you have keep in mind H is said to be normal subgroup of G if and only if by the two condition, that is if GH G inverse equals to H. This is by the first theorem, and it is said to be normal if and only if left coset equals to right cosets. So in these two conditions, H is a normal subgroup of G. So once again I am repeating, H is said to be normal subgroup of G if and only if GH G inverse equals to H, or it is said to be normal subgroup of G if and only if left coset equals to right coset. Okay, in these two conditions H is a normal subgroup of G. That means to show that G is normal, H is normal subgroup of G, either we have to show this condition or we have to show this condition. That means we use these two conditions to prove this theorem. Okay, or by the definition also we can prove this theorem. That is A say group subgroup said to be normal if and only if GHG inverse, this small h, GHG inverse is belongs to the set H. This is by the definition. Okay, we can use any one of these conditions. So see here we have to prove right coset, that is product of the two right cosets equals to again a right coset only. Therefore again, because this is if and only if condition, so here also we have to prove this theorem into two parts. First, suppose H is normal to the G. Okay, so see here we have to prove two parts. So first we assume H is normal to G and we have to prove HA dot HB equals to HAB. So second condition, we have to assume that product of the two right cosets equals to again a right coset. Then we have to prove that H is normal subgroup of G. Okay, so here first we assume that H is normal to G. So that is, suppose H is normal to G. Okay, then let HA and HB be any two right cosets of H in G. Okay, then consider product of these two right cosets HA dot HB. This can be written as H, I will group these elements together, that is AH into B. So H, so see here AH means it is a left coset because H is a normal subgroup of G, each left coset equals to right coset, that is by this condition. This can be written as AH can be replaced by HA because left coset equals to right coset. So into B as it is, or on grouping these together HH A into B, or you group these together. We know that H into H, okay, because these two are the same set, on multiplying we get same elements only, because see here by the closure property we know that A and B belongs to G, we know that A dot B is also belongs to G. So if you consider HH, okay, I will consider one element H belongs to H and another element H2 belongs to H, then the product of these two H dot H2 is equals to again it belongs to H. Therefore we know that H dot H is equals to again H only. Therefore H dot H can be replaced by H, this AB as it is. So we have considered here HA dot HB and we proved HAB. So what this indicates, HAB means AB is also an element, okay, because A and B are the elements of B by the closure property. A dot B is also an element of G. Therefore this is again a right coset. Okay, therefore product of, you consider any two right cosets. Okay, so this is just a representation. Okay, you may consider any two right cosets, then you will get again a right coset. So this is the first part. Okay, next we have to prove the second part, that is we have to consider or we have to assume this condition, that is product of two right coset again a right coset, then we have to prove that H is normal to G. Firstly, suppose product of two right coset is again a right coset, that is HA dot HB equals to HAB. Consider this as equation 1. Okay, let Hx and Hx inverse be two right cosets of H in G. So instead of HA here we are considering Hx and Hx inverse be the two right cosets. By using this condition we prove that H is a normal to G. Okay. Then by equation 1. So by equation 1, so if you substitute into this you will get Hx into Hx inverse equals to Hxx inverse, or it is equals to Hxx inverse equals to, we get E, or it is equals to H dot E equals to, again we get H only, that is Hx inverse equals to, we get H. Okay. Now let H1x dot H2x inverse belongs to this set, that is group Hx dot Hx inverse. So we are considering an element H1x dot H2x inverse belongs to this set Hx and Hx inverse. Okay. For all H1 comma H2 belongs to H and x comma x inverse belongs to G, or we can write it as H1 x H2 x inverse belongs to, so this is equals to set H, therefore I will write here H. Okay. Now pre-multiplying both sides by H1 inverse we get, so pre-multiplying by H1 inverse we get H1 inverse, keep this element as it is, that is H1x into H2x inverse belongs to H. So pre-multiplying by H1 inverse we get H1 inverse into H as it is. Okay. Next, on grouping these two elements together we get H1 whole inverse into H1 into x, H2 x inverse one side. So see here total 4 elements are there. We are grouping H1 inverse and H1 one side, remaining 3 elements you group, then we get H1 whole inverse H. Next we will get H1 inverse and H1, an element and its inverse, that is, so this is of the type A inverse into A, an element and its inverse equals to, we get identity element into x H2 x inverse as it is belongs to, and this is H1 inverse also belongs to, because H1 belongs to H, we know that H1 inverse also belongs to H, and we know that that is H equals to, or H equals to H. I have already told you that is the property of the cosets. We get H equals to, or H equals to H only by using this property. This is for all H belongs to H. So since H1 belongs to H and H1 inverse also belongs to H, therefore we can write it as H1 whole inverse belong into H is equals to, we can replace it by H by using this condition. Okay. Or we may write it as identity element into any element, again we get the same element, that is x H2 x inverse belongs to H. So this is by the definition. So definition, we know that the definition G inverse belongs to H, then we say that H is normal. Okay, where G belongs to capital G and H belongs to H. We know that since x and x inverse belongs to G and this H2 belongs to H, by these two conditions are now same. Therefore, we say that this H is normal to H is normal subgroup of G. Okay. So hence the theorem. So this is by the definition. Thank you.